So, you know, it's going to be a big test this weekend. You know, we don't want anybody coming in underestimating our opponent or anything like that. We want to come out and do what we should do.
One thing that Urban Meyer continues to say about you is, can you imagine being that guy's parents? How have your parents sort of reacted to this special couple weeks for you?
It's crazy. It's kind of unexplainable. I actually talked to my parents yesterday. After I found out I was the National Player of the Week, I actually talked to them for at least 2 hours on the phone. And it's crazy. You know, I have a big family. And we're very tight-knit. And me coming way up here, you know, they don't get a chance to make too many games. So just getting a chance to hear their voices and them telling me how loud they're screaming at the screen and everything, it's just, man, it's a great feeling that comes over my body.
Kenny Guiton, go ahead.
The other thing that Meyer continues to say is, can you imagine what he's going to do after his college career? I know it's a little early, but do you have a vision for what you want that to be, since Meyer keeps bringing it up?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all right now, but I am considering the coaching thing. I think I could be pretty good at it, and I wouldn't mind. It's something I love, you know, something I love, football.
Kenny, you watch football games on television, maybe you don't, but do you see teams that you clearly could be the guy for around the country? I mean, does you know the question there, does it ever make you wonder what could have been?
I get what you're saying. I mean, I look at teams and I think, you know, I don't want to downgrade any quarterbacks in this nation, you know, anything, but I look at teams and I think, yeah, I could probably play and do something for that team. But I mean, I'm here, you know, so I'm okay. I'm in my senior year, having fun. I'm a leader, captain, and so I don't regret anything.
18 months ago, what were you? What were some of the things that you did 18 months ago? Give us some examples of some of the things that, when you were in a bad place, what were some of the things that you did?
You're really graphic. Go into great detail about
I'm
the
not sure.
Tied your shoes backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, did you just sort of? I mean, did you have sort of a carefree attitude toward the new coaching staff? You weren't into looking at film much. What were some of the things that you did?
I don't think it was any of that or anything. I don't know. I'm really not sure, to tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that right now. Not sure.
Coach Meyer mentioned today that Braxton's getting healthier, and he termed improbable for this week. If he comes back, stays healthy, plays the rest of the year, are you sitting here and okay with, hey, that's the way it goes? Or
that's the coach's decision, you know, and I'm happy with whatever they decide to do. I'm all with the team, you know, and I've been like that for 4.5 years. Why change now, you know? And so I'm here for whatever's best for the team, and when my number's called, I'll be ready.
We asked you Saturday night, though, and I don't remember a clear answer on this. Was there a moment last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where somebody walked up to you and said, Kenny, you're starting?
There was never really that moment, but I was practicing with the ones all week. And
you were assuming,
huh? Yeah, I was assuming all week, you know, and everything, but it was never one moment where I just was told I would.
Did you think there would be? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, did you think there would be that moment? I mean, that somebody was cleared up for you?
Kinda, but at the same time, I was just, I mean, the way I was preparing and everything, and the way that, the coaches were talking to me and everything, I could kind of tell.
Was there ever a moment when you on Saturday kind of hit yourself? I'm really starting, I'm really doing this is really happening.
Yeah, actually, right before the game, as I ran out for warm-ups with the team, and Coach Meyer actually called up one offense, and I had to run out with him. That's when I noticed, like, man, I'm really out here about to start my first game, and it's away.
Because of this offense, do you guys need two quarterbacks? I mean, the quarterbacks run a lot, exposed to hits a lot. Do you guys almost need two quarterbacks in this offense?
I don't know. I don't know if you need to. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's a plus that we do have two good quarterbacks that can go out there and operate the offense.
Kenny, talking about that, what we said earlier, when you would run the reps behind the ones and go through the motions, what was that like in practice then when you were out there the whole week with the ones, considering all the times that you had sort of been the shadow in the background?
It was a little weird at first, I had to get comfortable, I'm getting all those reps and all those throws in a few days, it took a lot of treatment on my shoulder. I hadn't thrown that much in a while since camp, so, it was a little weird at first, but I actually told Philly, man, I'm starting to get comfortable out here with you guys, man, and it's a lot of fun.
And I know you've been saying it's up to the coaches, but is there a scenario where you think two quarterbacks could help this team, where both you and Braxton have a role? week to week with this team?
I'm not sure. I really have no clue on that right now. You know, like I said, I'll just let them handle it, and I'll see what they have for it, and I'm all in.
You
Hey,
seem to
watching
be a
from the
guy
press
who
box.
likes the. You seem to be a guy who likes the spotlight. Who likes. I mean, you guys were talking last week that you're a trash talker out there on the field, and that you seem to be a guy that like you're not afraid of the spotlight and all this.
Oh no, I'm not afraid at all. I'm not afraid at all. Like I said, I like to go out and I'm gonna have fun every time I hit the field. That's my goal. I'm gonna go out and have fun with the guys that I'm having fun with every other day. You know, and so it's just a plus to be able to go out there and show what I can do. You know, and so man, it's so much fun. It's just I feel like it's a blessing for me to come all the way from Houston, Texas,
As
to
you-
at this university.
As you watched video from the other night, though, watching from the press box, you looked very at ease running the option and things like that. I mean, natural. I mean, were you surprised as you watched how smoothly you were running things? Of course, you had a whole game the week before and stuff too, but where'd that come from, I guess?
I think last week helped out a lot with just getting comfortable in the game. You know, there's a lot of nerves running through my body, you know, and everything just,
Yeah.
you know, just when you don't know you're starting and everything. And so knowing that you're actually starting and the preparation I had going into that game, I think it was no reason to really be nervous, even though I was, because I was so prepared. And I knew everything that their defense could do. And that speed option stuff, I love being on the edge. I love being on the edge.
Talk about that moment, though, the pass to Devin. Quarterbacks have always talked about that quiet of the pocket where all of a sudden everything comes together. And you talk about that pass to Devin. It was a 90-yarder. You looked very poised, smooth. What was it like, those couple of seconds there?
I think the first play actually set up that play for
Yeah.
Devin because we actually ran a little bubble into the boundary where Chris caught it and Devin blocked. And so when we did a play action and ran that same bubble, their whole defense ran towards the bubble. And so all I had to do was lay it out there for Devin, and you know, with his speed, I knew he was going to go get it and he'll do the rest.
But your thoughts there when all of a sudden it's breaking wide open. Talk about those thoughts. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, as a quarterback, did you?
It was crazy. Actually, when I throw the ball, I try not to think, to tell you the truth. Because when I think, that's when everything goes wrong. You know, I just
Yeah.
try to, hey, he's open, get him the ball. You know, and that's the type of mentality I come with. I got to trust my reads and just go with my instinct.
You say you talked to your parents yesterday. Did you call them last week at all and tell them, hey, I'm starting, or were they at the game?
I was actually talking to them throughout the whole week. You know, from last week when they saw me playing everything, they was just asking me, you know, throughout the week, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And so talking to them throughout the week actually helped me out a lot, and it was kind of obvious after a while that I was going to get the start. So it was pretty cool.
Has Braxton stayed pretty involved with you this entire time, or has he given you your space to do your thing?
He's been involved. He's been helping me out a lot. He's in there watching film when I'm watching and everything, and so he knows what I'm looking for. And just like, you know, when he's the starter and everything, I'm watching and I want to know everything that's going on with the defense just in case my number's called. So it was kind of the same thing. And as I came to the sideline, he was sitting on the bench next to me, talking to me and Coach Herman in the headset. So he was a big help.
Is this agony for him right now? I mean, he was a preseason Heisman, at one point, the Heisman front runner. Now he's missed 2 games, literally. What's this like for him right now?
I think he'll be okay. He'll be okay. I mean, injuries happen. It's football, you know, and I think he'll be all right. He'll come back strong, and he'll make his run for it and everything, and I think he'll be okay.
Kenny, the idea, when we asked Coach Meyer about what's going to happen when Braxton comes back, he said it's up to the coaches. He says, you know, well, I'd like to keep Kenny involved. You know, he talks about he thinks he might have to find a way to get you on the field. How does it make you feel to know that you have played so well that Urban Meyer has to say to himself, man, I got to get this other quarterback on the field somehow?
Man, that's it right there. You know, everything you just said, and like I said, it's another blessing, man. I can't thank no one but God, you know. And Coach Meyer saying that, man, it keeps me going, you know, and it keeps me going. I keep preparing, and hopefully I will.
The starter backup thing with you and Braxton, depending on who's who, does it only work if you guys are friends, or friendly? It seems like you guys have a pretty good relationship. In other words, if you guys didn't have that relationship, does this whole thing kind of go south?
I wouldn't want to know, you know. I'd always want to be cool with Braxton. He's another brother on this team. Just because we're in competition, I don't want to be, you know, a guy that's, you know, enemies with him, you know. And so I'll always be cool with Braxton no matter what happens. And so I'm just leave it there.
Kenny,